Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your support. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Erica Lamberg titled, "Adult Kids Are Moving In with Parents to Save for Homes." I'll include a link to the article in the description below. I encourage you to read the full article to support the author and news source. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of this article that are of public interest. According to the article, with fall buying season in full swing and mortgage rates nearing 8%, prospective homebuyers are facing affordability challenges, forcing some adults to move back in with their parents while they save for a home. I don't see a problem with this. I'm sure it is a humbling experience to move back in with your parents. It could be a win-win for the adult children and their parents. If the adult children can chip in by providing some rent money to their parents and help out around the home, both inside and outside, some of the aging parents of these adult children might really benefit from that. If some of these adult children who are moving home have children of their own, their grandparents may really enjoy this opportunity. A lot of grandparents don't get to see their grandchildren enough. I am sure some of these grandmothers and grandfathers would really get excited about being able to have their grandchildren around the home on a daily basis. I am sure this would be a lot of fun for these grandchildren as well. A lot of grandchildren really love their grandmothers and grandfathers. When I read this article today, it made me think of the 2010 Hollywood movie called The Company Men. This movie starred Ben Affleck, Tommy Lee Jones, and Kevin Costner. In this movie, Ben Affleck was a young executive at a shipping and manufacturing conglomerate. He ended up losing his job during the Great Recession. He struggled to find another job. Eventually, he and his wife were forced to sell their home. He was forced to sell his Porsche, and him and his entire family had to move in with his parents. Ben Affleck ended up having to work for his brother-in-law, who in the movie was portrayed by Kevin Costner. Ben Affleck had to get his hands dirty doing manual labor remodeling an older home. This really was a humbling experience for him. At one point in the movie, he talked about how he was actually happier living with his parents and working this manual labor job because there wasn't all of the stress that had existed in his life prior to him getting laid off from his executive job. I wonder how many of these adult children who move back with their parents could have a similar experience. Some of them may really enjoy living at home again and giving their children the opportunity to spend more time with their grandparents. This article goes on to indicate research reveals that of those surveyed who are planning to buy a home within the next 12 months, 51% are potentially looking to their parents to help them prepare for buying a home. Nearly 1/3, 29%, say they've already moved in with their parents to help them save money in preparation for buying a home. And another quarter, 22%, say they would consider doing so, according to a recent survey from Realtor.com and Censuswide. Can you believe these percentages? I found this data to be very, very interesting. I didn't see the sample size mentioned in this article, but this data is pretty shocking to me. I'm not surprised that many are taking drastic measures to save for a home. What else can you do during these inflationary times where wages are just not cutting it anymore? I wonder how long some of these adult children will be living at home with their parents. I suspect some may only be planning to stay for a short time. Some of these individuals may end up staying a lot longer than they thought. Given the fact that the 30-year fixed rate insured conventional mortgage hit 8.5% this past week, many adult children will need to save for a very large down payment in order to get their mortgage payment down to a range that is affordable. Of course, rates could potentially drop, and the real estate market could also soften at some point. For the sake of these adult children who are currently living with their parents, I do hope that rates settle down. I do hope the real estate market comes back to reality, so these individuals who are making these sacrifices can purchase a property eventually. In a section of this article titled, "What's the average amount of time adult kids are staying with their parents?" Jones says Realtor.com does not have data on the specific amount of time survey respondents plan to live with their parents. However, she says that respondents reported their plans to buy within the next year. So 12 months or less can be assumed for the survey pool. I really believe many may end up needing to stay with their parents longer than 12 months. It's tough to save money for a lot of people. Life is expensive. There are always unexpected things that come up. Even when people have saved enough money to put a sizable down payment on a home in order to get the mortgage payment to a comfortable level, some people may then struggle to find a quality home to purchase. I can tell you there are a lot of junk properties out there that are incredibly overpriced right now. It is very discouraging to look at some of these overpriced homes that have a lot of deferred maintenance. Some of these adult children living with their parents may need to spend a lot of time sifting through all of these junk homes until they find a good quality home in a nice area that doesn't have a lot of deferred maintenance and has a price that is realistic. For the adult children who are thinking about moving in with their parents, there's another potential option to consider. These individuals could think about taking on secondary employment in order to bring in more money that could be saved for a home. Understand that I realize this may not be an option for everyone. There are some people who may be employed with companies that do not allow for secondary employment. Some of these companies may have a conflict of commitment policy. There are some individuals who work very hard during the day and do a lot of manual labor. Some of these individuals may come home, take a shower, and crash on the couch, and they don't want to do anything other than eat a meal and watch television. Some people do not have the energy to be able to even think about completing work for another company. I can relate to this 100%. After high school, I worked at a factory for 2 years. I would come home and take a shower with Dawn dish soap in order to get all of the cutting fluid and all of the oil off my skin that was just vaporized in the air everywhere within the factory. I would eat dinner and then I would pick metal shavings out of my hands with tweezers. I would watch television and I had no energy to do anything else. And I was 18 years old when I started working at this factory. I still had a lot of energy as a young person. Imagine someone in their 30s or 40s trying to work a second job after completing grueling manual labor during the day. It's just not possible for some people, given the type of work that they do during the day. What do you think about all this? Are you surprised by the percentage of adult children who are currently living with their parents in order to save money for a home? Are you surprised by the percentage of adult children who would consider living with their parents in order to save money to purchase a home? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind, nothing in this video is financial advice or real estate advice. If you need advice of any kind, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I also want to thank all of my channel members. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.